asked that you've been waiting to answer? What is the overall?
Man. I actually haven't been asked if I thought if we were going to win or not versus Auburn. So that's a question I think everyone wonders, but I have not been asked that. And, I do feel like we're going to win that game, and that's something that I like to tell people about, because I have a lot of confidence in this team, a lot of confidence in all areas of our offense, defense, special teams. So that's a question that I've yet to be asked, but I do have confidence in it.
You answered it too. That's very good. Way to go. Now, you come from a coaching family. Did they prepare you for what it's like to be the quarterback at a Division I school?
I think so. I grew up, being around a lot of college football practices. So, when I first got here, it's something I've been going to since I was little. So, I've heard all the yelling, I've heard all that goes on in the college world, and so, it really wasn't a shock for me. So I think it did. A lot of freshmen come up here. They've never been yelled at before in their life. They've never had any coach tell them they did wrong. So I think that's a shock to a lot of freshmen when they first get to college, and that's something that I was already used to growing up.
Now, last year you were healthy in the preseason. What's the biggest difference for your preseason last year and this year?
Well, I think I have a lot more confidence in myself and in this team. I'm physically a lot stronger and faster than I was last year. I think having that whole year under my belt from last year, I think that the game speed is slowed down a lot for me. I think that just getting a whole year of experience is huge, especially in the SEC.
How about the summer work you put in with your receivers? Does that develop a kind of a chemistry with you two?
Absolutely. We worked all summer, throwing routes, having player practices. We did it all. I think we're going 4 or 5 times a week throwing the ball. So I have a lot of confidence in the receivers, tight ends, running backs, and how they catch the ball and run their routes. And I think we really got a lot better timing. We have a lot better connection going on this year than we did last year.
I don't know how much history you know of the program, but are you aware of how many quarterbacks in their junior year emerged as really being outstanding? You ever thought about that?
I have not actually thought about that. I know there's a few that it takes them a year. I know that a lot of times a lot of quarterbacks, they have that first year is not that great, and then they do a lot better that next year. So I'm kind of hoping it's the same deal going on. I feel like it will be, and I feel like that whole year of experience, like I said, is so huge especially for a quarterback and for a lot of positions.
Your shoulder may have been the most talked about body part in all of Arkansas in the last year. Have you heard enough about your shoulder?
I have. It's a thing of the past now. It was an issue for me last year, but it's no longer an issue. It's completely healed. It's 100%. I've had no issues with it all summer. Into fall camp. So it's something that I'm not worried about anymore, and I don't think anybody else should be either.
Outside of the games last year, when was the first time you could actually really throw the ball without having to have the pain knocked away or that kind of thing?
Outside of the season, I think it might have been about 2 or 3 weeks after the LSU game where I was able just to rest it and rehab it and not have to get any pain shots or anything. So I think it was about 2 or 3 weeks after LSU, I started feeling no pain. It started to heal, and then it was just all about getting the strength back in it. And with Coach Herb and Matt Summers, we did a great job of really rehabbing it well and getting it back to where it was.
It seems like there's a good quarterback receiver connection going, at least from yesterday's scrimmage with you and Drew Morgan. Can you tell us what you worked on with her? Did you work with him this summer? And can you go through maybe the top receivers that are really shining in practice?
Yeah, all summer long we I said we threw 4 or 5 times a week. So we had a lot better connection going on this year than we did last year. And Drew's the kind of guy where he can play multiple positions, and so that's something that he's so versatile that he knows he can go play Z, F, X, doesn't matter. He can get in there, and so you can have him rolling around and playing different positions. When you got Keon, you got Demetrius, you got Cody Hoss, you got a lot of young guys, Jared Cornelius. You got a lot of guys that are ready to step up and make plays. And so whenever you got people that can that can move around and play different positions, that's going to be huge for us.
I hate to go so small picture on you, but what